Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm here with my cheating wife, Laura.
I'm here with my trickster husband, Nathan.
And we're here to just do a pretty quick review of Scrabble Trickster.
Ooh. So if you've played Scrabble before, well,
You're about
this is basically the same thing.
You're pretty much three quarters of the way knowing how to play this.
So Scrabble, just in case there's someone out there watching who's like, what is Scrabble? It's a word game. You want to take some letter tiles and spell your words out in the little slots on the board to try and score points.
Yeah, and you get different points depending on where the words land over which tiles,
Yep.
Pretty standard stuff. I hate Scrabble. My mind doesn't work in such a way. I can't rearrange the letters very well at all.
This is definitely a game that I would play without Nathan, with somebody else.
No, so that's not my sort of thing, but this is basically Scrabble plus additional sort of cards you can do to change the outcomes.
Yes, so all the same things are still in this version of the board game. So obviously the letter tiles, you have the same amount. The goal is the same to get the highest score. And it's got a lot of the same squares, such as 2 times letter, so that's a double score.
2 times word, so it doubles the whole total of the word, the value.
3 times word in the corners. There's a couple of other variations of those. So that is all exactly the same. The difference is, well, you can probably tell by the trick.
Yes, the trick. So if you manage to build a word over a trick space, what happens, Laura?
Then you get to pick up a trick card. Ooh. So we'll show you those in a moment. That's the only new element of the game, but it does really change the game quite a lot.
It's extremely frustrating, some of these cards, let me tell you that.
Alright, so let's have a look. So you get your usual
just little tile.
Oh, I've got that around the wrong way.
There's really nothing interesting about that.
Oh no, our trickster cards have escaped the bottom of the box.
I think there's slightly different looking letters for this release, just the font or the colour.
I think they slightly changed the tiles in most.
Yeah, there's not really much to go off there.
Alright, so the first thing is this card that has all of the 2-letter words. So I think usually the Scrabble instructions.
Yes.
We will have a link to that down below as well.
The instructions usually have these in there. They've just given you a separate card. I think it's really handy, like a quick sort of...
But not. So this sits next to the board upside down. And you can't just pick it up and look at it whenever you feel like. You have to trade in a trickster card if you want to have a one-off look at that. So it is there. It is useful, I suppose, when you're near the end of the game and you're struggling. But it does cost you a card. So if you don't have any cards, well,
I think
too bad.
There's a bit of a flaw, because right at the end of the game, especially if you're not like a pro player, you're going to be relying on probably some of these. And if you don't have a trick card, then you're going to be passing and it's going to go a bit sort of stale.
Oh, it just adds to the strategy, doesn't it? Alright, so do you want to take and show some of these cards? Ooh, hopefully a bit clearer than that. So there's a whole bunch of different options that you can get. I don't think there's multiples. I think they're all different from memory.
I think they're all... So, score a previously used premium space. So if you add on to a word and you play this card, you can then...
You can then reuse, say, a double word score or something, which normally you can't do unless you've personally played your tiles on it.
Score a previously used premium space. In fact, is that a double?
Oh, there you go. So there is maybe 2 of each?
I can't remember the exact thing. Spell a word backwards. Well, there you go.
That can be handy if you want to try and put one of the more, say, higher numbered letters. So say you want to put a H, for example, on a triple letter or something like that, so instead of maybe putting like a blank or something if you spelt the word the right way.
Triple word score,
Triple any word.
Does that stack with triple word score on the board?
Yeah, so if, say, you put on the triple word score and you got that, you multiply it by 3. And then when you've got that answer, you then multiply it by 3
So that can give you a massive...
Oh, especially if you're putting your X's and your Z's and everything on the board.
So steal 1 tile from any opponent's rack without looking. They do not draw but 7 tiles until the end of the next turn.
So that can, be good for you, but maybe not if you pick out a really bad letter.
Spell a word anywhere on the board, which is hilarious.
Yeah, so say you just started and... Well, let's... just get that a bit clearer. Say you just started and the only words you had on the board were somewhere in the middle, perhaps.
Yeah, no, I don't like that. I'm going to pull a word right here all the way down to the 2 3-word scores.
And you can do that with that card. Alright, you want to keep showing because there's very tricky ones.
Alright,
You can actually keep up to 3 of these cards in your hand at any given time as well.
But you can't go over. You've got to discard one.
Yeah, so if you go to pick up a 4th one, you have to decide which one to get rid of.
So exchange any number of your tiles for new ones from the tile bag and still play a word. Extremely helpful if you've got a whole lot of I's and E's. One tile, usually worth 1 point, is worth 10, which is fantastic. You can combine that with a triple letter, word, score, and
yes, very, very handy. The other thing is, if you can use 3 trick cards in 1 turn, you actually get 10 extra points.
So
just for using 3 cards. I mean, that can be difficult if you don't have 3.
But
you know,
steal your opponent's last score. Fantastic. If they think they've gotten away with a really good score, you just basically immediately play that instead of playing words.
Oh yeah.
Cancel another player's card. Well, that's pretty obvious.
That's a handy one.
Turn one of your face wood down and use it as a blank, so you can change any of your letters to wild.
Yep. So yeah, there's 2 of each by the looks of it. For some reason I thought there was only 1, but that doesn't make sense with that amount on the board.
No, make a player lose a turn, add 10 points to your score. Points are added before doubling or tripling word score, so that's really
handy.
easy.
Yeah.
Exchange racks tiles only with another player. And spell one of the following words for quadruple the points shown on the tiles. So
that's not as useful.
That's a very sort of conditional tile, depending on where you are in the game.
Definitely.
Blank tiles worth 5.
That's always nice. Have a few extra points.
Because I don't think they're worth anything, are they?
No.
Look at another player's rack of tiles. Double word score.
Yep.
Play a proper noun, so I can play like a town or a person's name
your
or
name,
something.
yeah. So maybe I have the letters for Nathan. I don't know.
Play more than 1 word during your turn. There you go. And if you use all 7 letters, you score a you do not score a $50.
Yeah, so that's one of the standard things in the normal Scrabble, but obviously that lets you know that that's not applicable there.
There you go. That's it. That's your tiles.
Yeah. So I mean, if you're a Scrabble fan and it's something you play all the time, I think this is pretty nice to have something a little bit different. Nathan disagrees, but then
look, Scrabble,
he doesn't like Scrabble.
The original Scrabble game gets me frustrated, but then you get all these rubbish tiles, and I'm like, oh, I got a really good word. Oh no, you got to cancel it, and I also get 100,000 points. It's
Wow, you're scoring high if you're getting 100,000 points.
No, you're scoring 100,000 points.
Oh, wow, gee, I must be an expert.
So there you go. If you like Scrabble, you'll probably like this. If you don't like Scrabble, this is not going to change your mind.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think it's fun, but yeah, otherwise, it's not going to convert you. If you enjoyed watching this video, give us a thumbs up. Let us know down below if you like to trick people while playing Scrabble. I don't.
I prefer just to outright cheat.
I was going to say I'd only trick people if I was playing this. And don't cheat, Nathan. Don't cheat anyone watching. Hit that subscribe button.
Sounds good.
Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.